Well, I did say I would make a video regardless of the outcome. I forgot that this game started at 8:30, to be honest. So I'm not necessarily running low on time, more of it's just a little tired. Great thing is that they decided to schedule this game on Saturday, which is the same day as the men's basketball Final Four. Why? I, I don't know. I don't get the scheduling on that. Like either put it on Friday or put it on like Sunday when do they play on Sunday? I don't know. I don't look at the brackets. Maybe they'll be able to play Monday, but just having it this week is probably just the worst decision of all time. But hey now, I ain't the producers of this, but whatever. But yeah, we made it through the first two rounds. And honestly, I was thinking at any step of the way we would just throw ourselves off a cliff. But once again, it has been a 3v3 in the Arizona State game, but they really only had six players, and we had a gaggle of players, and apparently assist machine Jacobson. I don't know. He seems pretty important. He made his one shot. We gave him more minutes than Morgan and Gel. Probably because Gel is for different circumstances, but whatever. Just a casual day for Bryce Williams. 30 points, despite the fact that he was 10 of 13 on free throws. You might think, oh, that's decent for college basketball. 89%. You know, whatever. We got the W. Essigan was the third player other than Juwan Gary and Bryce Williams to do anything on this team. If he had any assist, I would have said he could have been second man, but no, Juwan Gary was second man always. So you would think that Essigan would get a start. I mean, it's clear that either Butengel or Morgan or maybe even Hoiberg would not be considered. No, no, no. Jacobson got his first star. And that's funny because his averages, yeah, he in the regular season scored a grand total of 6 points and had like, if you don't count the two games in which he had over 10 minutes, which still means that there's a Southern game where he had 9 minutes, he had like less than 30 total. And in this game, he had 36. Yeah, he had more minutes than Juwan Gary, which just goes to show that he does have at least have some endurance. He also is a rebounding player. He's 6'4", so he should be able to at least rebound. But once again, it was a three-man show in the points column, and it definitely was Gary Williams, and this time it was Morgan. Morgan definitely had much more of the opportunities. I mean, he got free throws, so cool. He missed one of the two that we missed, but then again, who cares? But we played against two teams that had very small rosters. Georgetown had a slightly bigger roster of 8 players, one of which only played 4 minutes, and one of them played 40 and got zero foul. Damn, cleanest player imaginable because his teammate Caleb Williams, 29 minutes, 5 and the good old Curtis Williams Jr., 30 minutes, 4 fouls. I don't know how you go 40 minutes without committing a single foul if we're going to go for reference. If we're going to go to Jokic real quick, we're gonna get an NBA comparison. Triple double, 61 points Personal fouls, 5. Minutes played, 52. See, in college, he would have been kicked out, and it didn't really matter because his teammate did it funny. Whatever, it's fine. I will say that the line moving suspiciously to from like 6.5 to 10.5, and us winning by 11, like that definitely is putting up some red flags, but at least in the scoring, there wasn't overly much in terms of, weird fouls that were given. I mean, the last two shots were made with a minute nine left in the game. So who knows? But we have vanquished the second to last team in the Big 12 and the seventh place team in the Big East. The worst above 500 team in the East. Now, we could have been playing Washington State. Well, Washington State screwed it, which was probably better for us because they have an actual roster. But up next, we will be going up against on Saturday, whenever they decide to put that on there, at like uh, noon or something. I don't know. I can't. Yeah, but we have a 50K because apparently just making it to the semis is 50K. Yay. All they got to do next game is get 30 points and he can tie James Palmer as our top scorer in the season. Good old James Palmer. It's just nice, but we're not gonna. I don't know if we're gonna win next game. I think I'll just do a semifinals review regardless of the outcome, just like I would have done if we lost to Arizona State or if we lost to Georgetown. Like, I would have made a video anyways. But Boise State kind of actually looks legit. I mean, they were the fifth seed in the Mountain West and managed to get to the Mountain West Championship. I don't know why they're in this tournament. I'm pretty sure I thought their contract was with CBS, but you know what? Whatever. Nope, never mind. It's with Fox. I just saw their last game and it was on Fox Sports 1. Woo! But yeah, it's not like Boise State has been facing the cream of the crop. I mean, they played George Washington, who got seventh in the Atlantic 10, and had to boat race Butler to 100. Bizjack is a pretty cool name. Good job, Butler. They had to rely on a bench player getting 27 points. Javon Buchanan. I am very scared of this man. I don't have any reason to be scared of a 6'7" guy from Lafayette, Indiana, but I have reason to be scared. Just like Boise State fans might have reasons to be scared of Jacobson, an unknown man from what is the equivalent of the practice squad of Nebraska, just chilling here. And that's cool. If he wants to stay and become star with Hoiberg, he can do that. And maybe be in jail, but considering he's transferred already once, I wouldn't hold it against him to do it again, because this adventure was not going great. 2 points. But hey, even Euless contributed something today. 6 points. That's the most since his Purdue outing, which tied it, and the most was Florida, North Florida, 10 points. North Florida. I remember when a bunch of teams lost to North Florida earlier in the year. They claimed South Carolina, Georgia Tech, and everyone's like, "Oh, whoa, gotta watch out for this team." And then we put 103 on them. Their problem is that they don't have a defense. So that's all I have to say. But yeah, all I'm looking for in these games at this point is to see players that I can guess are going to stay around. Like Hoiberg is probably going to stay around unless we fire. He hasn't necessarily gotten from the peak of Iowa with like 12 points, but you know, 7 rebounds in the previous game is pretty good. And I mean, he didn't really do much today. In fact, chucked threes for most of it. But you know what? If Hoiberg and Jacobson just improve over the tournament, I'll be happy with that. If Asian also improves, that'd be nice. He averages 10.6. I'm surprised. I don't know about the other guys though. I know for a fact a good chunk of this line like starting is going to leave. Mia is gone. He didn't even play today. We didn't even bother putting him out there today. I don't know what that shows, but hey, we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna see. Saturday, I think it's 12 o'clock on a watchable network because I've had to rely on sailing the seven seas. Hey, it's not that hard these days, but we'll see. Anyway, hopefully Bryce Williams keeps going to be good. I assume that this tournament is probably making him at least a second round pick in the NBA draft. And if it isn't, I'd be surprised. Like, yeah, you're playing a beat up Georgetown team. Yeah, you're beating up an Arizona State team that finished second last. But you know what? He beat up on a lot of good teams. And since he's continuing it, despite the fact that he knows that this is practically worthless, I think that'll give someone an opportunity. Maybe someone like. I can't name a team. Just don't go to the Wizards. The Wizards will kill you. Anyway, see you Saturday. Ah, ah. See you Saturday, boys. Goodbye.